Oh, let's see here. I got a $1 tip. This is the first tip of the day. Is a $1 tip. Was the Side Scrollers interview good or bad in your opinion? Some days you say you were happy with how it went and were fair. Other days you say they ambushed you for hater clout. No. I've never changed my story. The problem is people want to spin it in a negative way. All right. I'll say it again. My story literally has not changed since day one. Okay. Before the interview happened, I said to all of you, my answers that I've already given you are the answers I'm going to give in the interview. Nothing will change. You know, you may learn a little bit more personal stuff about me, right? Like there were some things that I admitted in that interview publicly that you didn't know about yet, right? But outside of that, my answers remain the same. And I knew they would remain the same because they're the truthful answers. Nothing's going to change when I've already told the truth about the situations that are going on. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't going to expose myself or my family or my private information, which I told you I wasn't going to do ahead of time. All this was predetermined, pre-established. So them coming at me the way that they did was expected, right? I didn't feel like anything. I will say this. The one thing that really irked me the wrong way, which I didn't say at the time, was, I can't remember his name. Not Craig, but the other guy. What the fuck's his name? What was his name? Adam? I can't remember his name. That's how long ago this was. That he kept saying stuff like delusions of grandeur when I was literally citing facts. Like I would cite a fact and I would be like, oh, so this happened, or this is factual about the amount of content I put out or whatever. And he'd go, delusions of grandeur. I'd be like, this guy literally did zero research. He doesn't know that I'm not making shit up. This is factual stuff. He thinks I'm lying or extrapolating or exaggerating when actually it's a factual thing about me. But he's saying delusions of grandeur because he's a fucking idiot. He did zero research. That did rub me the wrong way, okay? But outside of that, the interview was not the problem. The interview was fine. I'll be honest, at the end of the show, when they started fucking doing stuff like trying to get Keemstar on there, that made me a little worried. And then when they fucking had the stupid audio clip from It's a Gundam or whatever, I was like, what the fuck is this clown? Like, what is this shit? What are they doing? Like, what does this have to do with the interview? Nothing. It's just a waste of time, okay? But overall, you know, the interview went all right. I felt it was exactly how it was going to go. They asked me a ton of questions. I answered them the best I can without, you know, putting myself or my family at risk. Exactly as I said I was going to do, all right? What I didn't like was literally every moment after. Because that interview ended, and you guys don't know this because you didn't see it, but after the interview, public interview ended, I had a conversation with Craig and them, and our conversation was that it went well. They enjoyed how well, not enjoyed, but they appreciated that I stuck around as long as I did, that I answered the questions the way I did, that I sat there as long as I did, and I could have left early. I could have said, fuck this, I'm not going for 5 hours, and I gave them that much time. And they were like, dude, that was amazing. We never thought you'd ever do that, right? And we ended the conversation basically this way. Great. Let's let it settle for now, and let's do a follow-up. We'll talk in about a month about having you for a part 2, because we'd love to do a part 2 based on this part 1, right? That's where it ended. That's where our side ended. So up to that point, everything was fine. Immediately after, everything that happened after was bullshit. So we end the interview saying things like, oh, well, you know, you have the option if you want to send me your information about your mobile game account and stuff like that, which I was going to do. I actually was going to do it. So I emailed Craig after the show to ask him, hey, are you available that I can send you my stuff and you could review it and delete it right away because I don't want it to get out? And he ghosted me for the rest of the day and ghosted me the next morning and didn't respond for 24 hours after I emailed him right after the show. He completely ignored me, okay? I didn't appreciate that. What did they do the next day? They did an entire show based on slamming me. Instead of it being objective, hey, we did the interview, you judge for yourself, viewers. It was, hey, we all think that Phil's a lying scumbag and let's all profit by making fun of him all day and all his haters will come in and toss money our way. And it was absolutely designed to be that way. Because they originally said they were going to do a day of unwinding content where they were going to play Mario Kart and decompress, and instead, the entire show was a hit piece against me, and it was directly designed to be so they could make money. Now, here's the funny part about it. Immediately after that, I wrote Craig to tell him how displeased I was, And that I think that it was a bait and switch because they told me it was going to be an objective interview, but you can't behave like that after the interview and act like it was objective because it was obvious it wasn't, right? It was obvious the reason they did it was to make money. To big money, too. It was a hit thing. Let's crap on Phil to make money from his haters, right? I was told at that point, I'm not kidding, I was told at that point in an email from Craig, well, basically, we don't want anything else to do with you at this point because we don't believe your answers. So goodbye, basically. Like, that's where they left it. Then a month later, Craig is restreaming my streams for some reason with my haters on his stream. He even names his streams monetizing the haters. He's coming on my stream chats in my streams. Hey, we'd love to have you on the show at some point to discuss a follow-up to the interview and how it went and your concerns about. Wait, what? You outright after the fucking interview in an email told me you want nothing else to do with me, but now all of a sudden you're restreaming my content and now you want me back. Why? Because the money dried up. Originally they made a ton of money on it. Everything else they were doing was nowhere near as successful. They had, you know what I'm saying? So, oh, what do we do now? Now we got to basically fucking find another way to monetize it again. So we changed our mind, right? Let's now have them come back and try to monetize Phil again. And then again, and I'm not shitting you, the week before Street Fighter 6 came out, I think it was the week before, or the week up, Craig emails me again. Now, I haven't talked to this guy in months. I want nothing to do with this guy. I've outright said I banned him in my stream chats. That I want nothing, don't contact me. I don't want to talk to you, right? He fucking emails me again. Oh, so I think we should do a grudge match, you versus me in Street Fighter 6. And I don't really play the game, but I'll practice if we were going to do it. And then that way you can make money off of your viewers, and I can make money off of my viewers. And it's a lie. Not your viewers, my haters. He wants to make money off my haters again. What is he, out of his fucking mind? This guy's nuts. This guy's a fucking, like, he's crazy. And the thing is, I haven't talked to him in months, and he's emailing me to ask me to do a grudge match in Street Fighter 6. What are you, fucking stupid? And the answer is yes. It basically every piece of the interview was one thing, but every piece of behavior the moment after the interview ended and I went offline showed the true intentions of everyone involved. That from day one, their intention was to do an interview that was all negative, which is fine, but then immediately turn it into a slander campaign so they can bank off my haters and ride that wave and make as much money as they possibly could in a short amount of time. Then, when it dried up, because all their other content isn't making them any money, they want to bring me back into the fold, even though they outright told me there will not be a second interview. We don't want you on our show again. All of a sudden, will you come on our show? Literally saying it in the chat publicly. In my chat, he's coming into my chat with his fucking side scrollers account and shit. Hey, will you come into my show and fucking do this content and do that content? No. Because all he wants to do is monetize my haters. That's it. He doesn't care about the truth. He doesn't care about nothing. If he cared about the truth, the email I sent him, all right after the show saying, hey, are you available? Because are you monitoring this email actively? Because I had all the information. I had all the information about not only the mobile game account, but my actual, what is it called? Game Center on iOS, on any Apple device, there's an actual account called Game Center, and Game Center ties into all the mobile games you play, and it shows your entire history of mobile games. It shows all the mobile games I've ever played in there. So it would have proven everything that I said, and I had all the information ready to send, and he ignored me, only for him to reply 24 hours later, the next day, after they did their hit piece show on me that Friday morning, and he says, we don't believe a word you say, we want nothing to do with you, too bad. Oh. So now I see what your true intentions were. You see what I mean? Like, he was never out to try to prove any innocence or nothing. No matter what, it would have been spun in a negative way, and it was out to be a hit piece against me. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Again, I fucked up because I trusted this guy, and it was bad to trust him. You know? I guess what I should have done is I should have done more research on him, because apparently from what people have come out to tell me now, since the interview, was that the guy's not trustworthy anyway. That a lot of people have said he's done a lot of underhanded things. Since then. Not since then, but before then, that I wasn't aware of. That he's done a lot of kind of tricky, underhanded shit. You know. And of course, there's also the fact that I'm the only person they've ever treated like that. Anyone else gets to be on their show as a guest and then maybe there's an interview after. But for me, I had to have this crazy interview first with the promise that after the interview, I would be a guest. And then as soon as the interview ends, they change their tune and say, we don't want you back on the show ever again. You can't be a guest. Like, that was why I did the interview. I was told, let's get through. And there's email traffic on that too. Let's get through this interview, and then we'll have you on as a guest. That was the discussion we had. And then what happened? I do the interview. Oh, we don't want nothing to do with you anymore, but hey, we'll laugh at you forever and make money on you, right? It's just scumbag behavior. It's what you do on the internet when you have no talent and you need to make a buck off of others. And it's what's happened to me many, many times over the years, and it is what it is. Again, I don't really care that much anymore. It served the purpose for what I did it for. It 100% served the purpose for what I did it for. A lot of people don't realize why I did it. Okay.